Oga mi don dolo. This is Lego. Oni kin kọrin fún Èkó. Èkó akéde. Èkó aromisa lẹ́gbẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀. Èkó ilé. The best number one. I want to meet Èkó. I time and I want to get that man you do my over here. Tó bá mi Èkó. Ó yẹ kó mọ governor wa gangan. Àní tó bá mi Èkó. You suppose know our person. Àní governor Sanwó. Ó yá pé. Ó yá Sanwó. Oni kin kọrin fún Èkó ilé. If you marry a Lagos woman, make you give am fish to chop. If you no give am a fish to chop, she go run. Oh yeah, if you marry Lagos woman, make you give am fish to chop. I don't know the kind of fish you won't give am, but give am one. She fit run. Lagos babe too like your money. That's not the conversation though. I like to pay. I'm gonna go live with fair. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
What a beautiful way to start.
What a beautiful way to start on this musical note. And as we said when we started the show, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. And today is Friday. And we have, should I call you a music maestro? Okay. We have a singer, a songwriter, and a guitarist.
Of course, a lot of things in one.
Akinwande or Dedele.
Benny.
Yes. And we're going to be having, a relaxing conversation here this morning. So I'm going to start with, how did you start this journey? And why did you choose the guitar of all musical instruments?
Wow, that's a very beautiful question. So I started this journey like many years ago. A lot of people will say...
When you say many years ago, did you start from your mother's womb?
Well, could have been true.
I started singing in my mother's womb.
Singing to my mom. She was feeling the rhythm. And she was feeling like, this boy, there's something about this boy. Actually, my grandpa, late Akinwande, whose name I bear, but I'm doing greater than he did. Yeah, so he was a very beautiful musician. He played for the Anglican Church in Ibadan. And I think I inherited that gift from him. Okay. And so I started singing pretty early. My parents said my first word was a song, was an Ebenezer Obey song.
Your first word?
Yeah, my first word. I never spoke at home, but my first day at school, I sang. I sang one of the songs my dad used to play in the house. That was pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
What was it?
What was the song?
You're not even but all right, but then from there there's been love with music. I think when I used to go to church back then, I still do a lot of church. I'm a church boy. But when I used to go to church, then the drums spoke to me first. So I started playing the drums at the age of 6. So
what type of drum was this? What drum?
The drum set.
The drum set.
So I left the drum set at some point and I started playing the conga.
Oh.
I don't know, there was just something about that drum. And whenever people came to church and saw me play, some people would give me money, because I just love this boy. I go out there and people would request, come and play conga. Then I got into the university and before then I was playing the piano already. Okay. So when I got into the university, I saw this guy, Debo. He used to play this guitar and he used to play with grace. But then I knew it was going to cost a lot for me to learn how to play the guitar. So I took the bold step. One time my dad sent me about 4,000 naira. That was a lot of money back then. He sent me 4,000 naira. So I used everything to buy a box guitar. And I started learning on my own.
On your own?
Yeah. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, it was stressful, but the journey has been beautiful. I learned how to play, and it's been my most, treasured instrument since then.
Okay.
You have...
I still want to talk about this guitar.
Okay.
Is it the guitar that shape, this guitar, does it shape your song writing?
Okay. That's a beautiful question. That's very interesting. I would say for a lay musician, someone who is just coming into the industry or coming into the craftsmanship of music. The guitar could shape your song, but then you get to a level where you dictate what the guitar does to you. Now, the guitar does not dictate for me. I played you, I bought you, I own you. So so I direct by the grace of God. By the grace of God, I direct this guitar what to play. Sometimes when I get songwriting gigs, now the guitar is my favorite instrument. But before I pick up my guitar, I speak to God. I say, God, bring songs. I want to hear the beauty of melodies everywhere. Then I start hearing, I could from the driver, from the cars moving, from everything, the birds chirping, start hearing this beautiful music. Then pick up my guitar and find the rhythm. But the words, they are all mine. They are all God's. You know, passed down to me. You know, there's something about music. It's spiritual.
Yes,
so when we get that inspiration, we just use this to direct the angle it goes through. That's it.
So are you saying, because there are sometimes I played the piano.
Okay.
Okay. So there are are there times that you're just playing on your guitar and then songs come?
Yes, like I wrote a song about 3 days back, very beautiful. I had to sing it to my wife first.
Okay.
While she was cooking in the kitchen, you know.
So the food will be sweet very well.
You know. So I just felt like picking up my guitar, and I remember I picked up this guitar and I had this, I've not played this particular progression before, so I played it. And I said, a song is coming, a song is coming. And in no time, I started getting the lyrics, and it's just beautiful. It just happened like that.
Okay, you talked about gigs earlier. When you have gigs, okay, do you just rely on your guitar, or you bring in other
do you have a band?
Musical instruments, you know, as in I have a band?
Let us not lie you. You know, everything is really, really expensive. When it comes to music, good music is expensive.
Is this just the guitar you know how to play?
No, I have a group of people who work with me.
Who work with you?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
but then it depends on what you are requesting for. If you want me to come with my band, then you are going to pay more money. But I could just, you know, subsidize things, come with my guitar, just my guitar, and a little
serenade
equipment. Yes, and serenade. I do that too for people who are doing birthdays and all that.
You just move around the guests.
Yeah, just move around them. Now make them feel good.
Okay.
So if I would ask, how long have you been doing this professionally?
Professionally. Okay, for fun it's been too long, but professionally, I think serenading people, it came with serenading people first, and that happened after my NYSC. I think that's about 2017. I went late for that one, but then it turned out to be 2015, but I had to go late. So I think I came back 2018 or something. So I was looking for a job, but then so but someone called me in Lagos here. He chatted me via Instagram and said, "Can you serenade people?" And I said, "Okay." I went for his interview. He ran this surprise thing. And
Parara?
Yeah, they call it Parara. What it was, but back then, it's still at Prestige. With Prestige back then. So I came, I interviewed, and he gave me my first job at ICM there. He gave me my first job, and he said, if you can blow my mind, I think we'll work together. And I said, okay, let's see, put me to the test. And we went there, we surprised this woman who also used to organize surprises, and to God be the glory.
Surprised the surpriser.
You know, and the woman was in tears.
Oh.
You know, the tears were flowing. They could have used mop to even mop.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this will lead me to my next question. What has been your most memorable moment that you can't forget?
In life or as a musician?
As a musician.
As a musician. And there's been a lot of them. First, I think one of the first auditions I went for back in 2016 took me to South Africa to go and sing. And then there was just one, I think, was it last year when I went for one of this competition. I don't know if I can say the name here or not. Okay, let me just, it's just very popular, yeah. So I went for that, and I made it to top 20. Well, I was supposed to make it to top 10 to be in the house, but unfortunately, top 20, and I was the eldest in the house. I was the eldest in the house, and then, you know, I did a song, and that song kind of went viral on the, what's it called, on YouTube. So I did a personal song. You know, everybody came for auditioning with their with songs they've heard, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll sing my song. Then I sang my song, and Diban was there, Simi was there, and I can't remember the third person. So they were there, and like, you wrote the song. I did. I wrote the song. This is beautiful. From there, my journey started. And I think that moment, that memory, considering that I've written that song in 2013, and I was singing for the first time to a public, in a public hearing, as at 2023, and people loved it. You know, it was something for me. It told me that, there's nothing you can't do with your voice.
Okay, when we started this show, I could hear a tone of high life, you know, when you were singing. So how would you describe your sound and your music style?
Yeah, so this is how I describe it. My sound is unique. It's a fusion of everything. Now, I don't believe that everybody has to do Afrobeats. Now, because I'm Nigerian, I'm African, you don't necessarily have to box me under the umbrella of Afrobeats. I can do everything. That's the ability. You know, it's so painful that now musicians are doing something entirely different, and somebody just tags it outside. They say we're all doing Afrobeats. We're not all doing Afrobeats. There's highlife, there's juju, there's soul, there's R&B, there's folk music. But then the beauty of songwriting is you can put everything together, especially when you're writing for films. Because I also write for films. You're writing for films, you can just bring this element, bring all that element, combine them together, and make something absolutely beautiful. So I'm a man of all the styles.
I'm going to ask you one question in another way, because I really want to get something from it. Looking at the process of songwriting, of melody, or you know, which comes first? Is it the lyrics or the melody?
It depends. It depends on how you're inspired.
Okay.
Do you understand? So, you know, I insisted earlier that God gives the ability to make music. You cannot take God out of music, because God is music. Yeah, music is everything. Music is everywhere. So it depends on what He gives first. He could give the melody. He could give the sound. He could give the lyrics. And more importantly, I love lyrics. Now we are living in a generation where lyrics is no longer, you know, back then when you listen to Sonny Ade, when you listen to Ebenezer Obey, you know, the lyrics, there's this message shaped us as people. Now, but it's just,
about
unfortunately now, it's more of the sound, the beats. Now, and the beats, they carry us go where we know.
But we still have some musicians.
Yeah, we still have so many
who write beautiful music.
Of course, I look up to them still.
Okay, so let's stop the talking now and please serenade us.
Okay, I'm going to do a song first. Every of my song carries the God element, like God. But I'm going to do the song on request. Somebody who I love so much.
Your wife?
No, not my wife. My wife. You people think I used to sing for that woman in the house every time.
Wait, then you sang for her in the kitchen.
Yeah, I sang to her. Look, so that song was not for her.
But
that song, I sang to her that, babe, hear this song
So-
when they just bring. Like, that song is beautiful. Do you understand? That's my first audience now.
Oh, yes.
You get it?
She
So
is.
if I'm singing to her, somebody has to pay. Just kidding. So this song, somebody requested it because we did it on Saturday. Mr. Solomon, if you're watching, this is for you. Zion, oh Zion, oh Zion, oh Zion, this is my home, this is my place. See, oh yeah, I take by me tọwọ́tọwọ́. I get been saved and I'm made it easy. I like this one. Olùtùnú mi ló jẹ́ nínú gbogbo wàhálà. Ó ní kí n gbàníyàn mi lóhùn lórí. Òun ní tọ́nà ìfàdòdò ìràwọ̀ òwúrọ̀. Oníkọ́lá rẹwà tí ọkàn mi fẹ́. I love that song.
What a beautiful song.
I want to ask one question. Most every singer or musician starts from the church.
That is a deep question. Now, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think everybody should start from the church. If you checked me, I would not say exactly that the entirety of my music didn't originate from the church. The church was just a place to build upon. Now, I found instruments that my parents couldn't afford to have in the house, found them in the church. And the church gave me a platform. Those church back in the days, you know, now church is a little different. You can't just go to the music place as a kid and go, did your father buy there? You know? But back then, church was a little freer than now. There was this community we used to have back then. Kids could come like on Saturday before the rehearsals, do whatever they wanted to do, as long as you're not damaging anything. So I was one of those who benefited from that. So that was the church story behind, you know, my music person. But then it was always from home. My mom can sing.
Your mom can
yes,
sing?
my mom is a beautiful songwriter. I wish the world aired our songs, but I'll make sure that the world will hear it, because I'll sing those songs again. I might just sing one of our songs before I leave. And then my sisters, all of my sisters, because I'm the only son, all of my sisters, are people in corny.
So your family is blessed with this gift.
My family is blessed. It's just that it's only my father that I don't trust his voice. Oh my God.
Oh, well. All right. So a little bird told me that you had your internship here
Yeah.
in Lagos. So how do you feel coming back? It's like homecoming. How do you feel coming back and sitting on the set here as a guest?
LTV is home. LTV is home. This is a place I made so many memories, and I always thank God that I passed through this place. See, if I want to talk about LTV, I could be emotional at this point, because I served with one of the most, correct me if I'm wrong, the strictest person, one of the very strict people, Auntie Kemi Mui. I served under her. Do you know, being who she is, you know what I'm saying? Being who she is, and she took interest in me. I never imagined that Auntie Kemi will ever take interest. There were other guys, and back then I was a very big introvert. I don't speak the way I speak now. So I didn't used to do so much as an intern. I would just sit down, Mama won't take me. And people couldn't send me to go and get stuffs for them, because maybe they were scared of my face. But then one day Auntie Kemi just took a piece of paper and said, Akinwande, what's it by? Sit down there. Write about yourself here. And I did that. I don't know what she saw. And one day she called me again. She said, Akinwande, I don't trust you, but my children trust you. And when my children trust you, I think it's right for me to trust you. So I'm going to do something for you. Take this piece of paper, go upstairs, go to Life and Style. And then Auntie Shola Kusoko was there in Life and Style then.
It's her GM now.
Yes, I know she's at GM. But you know, calling them aunties brings this, you know, this bond, which I love so much. So I took that paper to her, and she's like, I know what my friend is requesting. You're going to be on a show with me. I think that was about 2014. And I was like, oh, really? A show just like that? I'm not a nice person. But they gave me that platform, and it was beautiful. Then, you know, when LTV was having the Christmas Fun Fair, consecutively back
so there was
to
a
back,
platform for you. It was a platform.
So that was beautiful. Mr. Solomon accepted me. Mr. Dilio Shudi, back then, I've not been in touch with him. Amongst everybody anyway, but being in touch with other people, but the reception, and then there's this woman, she's Igbo, she used to handle Sport Panorama back then, you know, they all accepted me.
Ijoma.
Yes. You know, they all accepted me. Yeah, what's special about Akinwande? I think it's just God. Yeah.
Okay, there's guitar, musical instrument or something, you know, I'm not familiar with them. So what is this type of guitar called? So this one is a semi-acoustic. People will call it electro-acoustic. I could play it without connecting it to, connecting it to the amplifier. And I could play it connecting. And I think I chose this type because I perform in places. I also minister.
you know, I minister as a gospel artist. Though I branch everywhere
Yeah,
because
that's
of my
fine.
songwriting skills and everything. But this is one of the most beautiful type of guitar, I guess. I know, right? It's wooden. This is like my third guitar, though. I wish I brought the one I named after my wife. Should but then
It's Ruth Abokoku, I know. I don't know. Is there anything
you're not met that
we
woman.
can call it?
You've not met that woman.
What is Toby saying? What did you call
You know,
it?
there is also a Jacob that served an extra. He served 7 years to marry his wife.
He served 7 years
And
to
then-
marry his wife.
And they gave him another wife. What I ordered versus what I
What
got.
I
And he
got.
decided to serve 7 years again.
Preach.
So maybe, just maybe, he's
Well,
a
I
Jacob.
Jacob.
served 10 years before she got, you know, she finally
Said
agreed
yes.
to marry me.
Ah.
And we've been married for like 3 years now.
Oh,
you know.
beautiful.
So it's like 13 years. We'll try go on. I'm a very patient man.
So which is your favorite song?
My
And
favorite
why
song.
why is it your favorite song?
Do I have a favorite song?
And you're going to play it for us now after you answer that question.
See, I don't know if I have a favorite song because there's this experience I get out of writing songs. So I'm working on a project right now. A movie is going to be out around October. And
You're doing adverts,
so,
please.
No, I'm not going to mention the
Drop
movie.
it.
I'm not going to mention the movie.
Okay.
So I wrote the song for the film, and I think while I was writing those songs, I was like, this is my favorite song. We're on you.
When you
Once I open my
book again, yeah.
Or I listen to my voice, I'm like, I want you, and you're hiding here. No, I don't have a favorite song because every piece of music I have written, every piece of song carry a very unique message, and they're just beautiful. They touch me first before they touch any other person.
Okay, can we have you play another memorable song for us?
Okay, I'm gonna play this one. That's the one that went viral in 23.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it. It's about our life as people and why we should be grateful.
Okay.
Oh yeah, See, hello, lole fun. How much can you pay? Hello, lole fun. How much can you pay? Can you pay for the air you dey breathe into you? Can you pay for the life Baba gives to you? I was complaining, say I get no shoe until I see person way no get leg at all. Them say make I clap, me I can't refuse. Then I see person way no get answer at all. Oh, gbogbo ara mi ma fi ni ologo, gbogbo ara tí mo ní ma fi ṣàfẹ́rí rẹ̀. My favorite part now, see. Orí mi, èjìká, orúnkún, ẹsẹ̀ sí. Verily, I declare it all belongs to you. Yeah. Orí mi, èjìká, orúnkún, ẹsẹ̀. Verily, I declare it all belongs to you.
I've heard that song before.
Yeah, you.
I didn't know it was you.
I wrote it.
Please sing it again.
I was complaining, say me I get no shoe until I see person where no get leg at all. Oh, yeah. Then say make I clap, me I can't refuse. Then I see person where no get it hands at all. Oh yeah, gbogbo ara mi ma fi yin ologo, gbogbo ara tí mo ní ma fi ṣàfẹ́rí rẹ̀. To the dance now. Orí mi, èjìká, oh yeah, orúnkún, ẹsẹ̀. Verily, I declare it all belongs to you. Mo ní pé ó yá. Orí mi, èjìká, orúnkún, ẹsẹ̀. Verily, I declare it all belongs to you.
You know what really spoke to me about the song, you know, when he said he was complaining he had no shoes until he met someone with no legs at all. That is quite deep. How did you really see somebody with no legs?
I told you where I wrote that song. I was in a classroom in 2013. I think I was in 300 level back then. And this guy was playing the guitar, and started seeing pictures of people on the street begging. You know, how there was this joke Popular Alibaba cracked one time. He said it was funny, but it was not. Okay, it's funny. Before I go and say it's not funny.
There was a message.
There was a message. Yeah. He said, "Let us clap." He said, "People without hands will just do like this, pretending they are clapping." But then that touched me. It struck a chord in my heart. You understand? And then the fact that, as at that time, it was a very tough time for me to be in the university. You know, my parents, they did a lot to set me through schools, and you get to see kids wearing beautiful shoes, and they manage. You understand? But then, I had good legs. I have fine legs. Fine legs will catch wife. So I had to put that in the song. Don't mind me. But that's the truth. There's so much in that song, so much we're not grateful for, that we should be grateful for. So I just had to tell people that, please, no matter what the circumstance is, if you do not have cash, because everything about people now are money.
It's money.
You understand? But there's that thing, there's life.
So many other things to be grateful and thankful for.
Yeah, a relative was recently in the hospital, and we know how much we had to pay for oxygen. And you know, people that breathe in and breathe out without oxygen, they don't value breath. They don't value what God has given them. So, hence the song. Value what you get. Value and well.
Value what God has made available to you. And you know, I'm always advocating for hope on the program here. And so whenever I say keep the hope alive. Because your name is Joy. So whenever I say keep the hope alive, you know, it's from this angle that yes, things might not be the way we want them to be, but when there is life, there is hope.
So how many of your songs have you recorded, you know?
Akinwande.
I've been into a studio to do a proper recording.
I will not lie to you. I've been doing a lot of proper recording, but my work are not out there. See, I can tell you that I have about 6 tracks that are just sitting in my archives now. You know, this part, when you come from, we're trying to put things together. It's not been easy. It's just like me in the Akinwande brand. The Akinwande brand is my registered business name, but it's just me in the Akinwande brand, and my wife, who is my manager, then a couple of friends who assist me.
You mentioned that wife like 4 times.
Okay.
I now understand,
God
understand why she's your manager.
Well, God bless you with
because if you don't recognize her enough,
come and meet her. You go back home to
we don't celebrate women enough. We don't celebrate women enough.
You can say that.
You know, I'm proud, I'm blessed that God gave me someone that is taking care of me just like my mother did, because my mom is a great woman. And you know, for you to get someone taking over the job from where she has not stopped, but, you know,
supporting you.
But then to the question again, so my work are pending, and now we're looking for funds. Now, you know, as a married man in Nigeria, you have to provide for your home. So what I do more, of course I go to the studio every time. What I do more is I write for brands, adverts. So a lot of advert that people hear on the radio, they don't know it's me. I sang those songs. So I have a lot of those, more than 20 of those that I've done, I've taken money for. I write for films, I write for TV. There are TV stations that are using my sound. Just I write for TV. So that's where the money comes from. But for my work, I really want to put my work out there. So what I started doing right about now is doing my own events. Like I do a parlor gathering, like one I just did on Saturday. Got a lot of people together, then give them an experience with my songs and make sure this
life experience.
Yes, a life experience. Like what I just did recently, I did songs in the storm. So I was really doing songs that was tackling anxiety, fears, and it was beautiful.
Which is timely right now.
Yeah, which is timely. You know, so I had that feeling that people are going through so much anxiety, people are going through so much fear. I don't need to have all the money to put something together. So I said, okay, we're going to do something in my sitting room. We have a little space. People are going to request for the address. If you can come, of course, come. We're going to feed people, and we're going to feed them with music as well. So they were there, and God, it was beautiful. So pending the time that I will have enough funds to put out the songs that God has given, we'll still do that. Put out original song for people to get blessed with. You understand? So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, aside the financial constraints, now what other bottlenecks are there for young artists, upcoming artists, you know, penetrating the music industry? You
know, the music industry is so cliche. Permit me to say it's so cliche. I'm bold enough to say, because people expect a certain kind of sound. if it's not that sound, they don't want to accept it. And sadly, it's happening in the gospel industry too. It's happening everywhere. If you're not singing a song that people want to, everybody just wants to dance. I know it's a problem, but sometimes we need to think, because music is supposed to inspire you to take great steps too. It's not just supposed to make you dance and all that. So these are constraints. Artists like me now, myself, you have a song, beautiful song, but it's not the regular Afrobeat. People might reject it. Beautiful voice, beautiful everything. But thank God for people like Chike. Thank God for people like Dotty the Deity. Thank God for people like Simi. Adekunle Gold started, although he has moved to Afrobeat now. he left us. We're not vexed. Thank God for people like that. Thank God for people like my beautiful, one of my mentors that she has not seen me, but I've seen you. This woman that takes photos. She sang the language.
T.Y. Bello.
Thank God for people like Tope Alabi who stayed. I love those people. I love those people. T.Y. Bello, her sound is beautiful and unique. She's not everywhere like every other, kind of artist. And, I wish the music industry is more accepting. And then there are the promoters too. They are the promoters. We have the problem of the promoters who will not want to take up people like myself, because they'll be like, no, this thing is not commercial enough. They've forgotten that the media makes what is commercial. If we listen to something well enough, it becomes commercial. We buy into it. That's what advert does now. That's what PR does. So these people just decided to back the Amapiano guys, the Afrobeat. But God is watching you. God is watching. May we blow regardless.
Okay, right. I want you to make a comparison between recording your songs and then live performances.
Live performances. Whew. If you had asked me this question 2 years ago, I would have said I prefer live performances, because it helps you connect to your artists. To your audience better. And now God made me meet a producer who is young and talented. He's trying to climb the ladder to the height, and I pray God will help him. Now, we synced when we met. It's not usual for an artist and a producer to have that kind of bond. In fact, we have a bond like brothers. So it has evolved my sound. If I play some songs I've made in recent times I've not put out there, now, I had to test it with some of my friends, and when they listened to it, some of them were crying. Some of them got back to me and like, Akinwande, you made this, how did you do it? I said, it's a relationship. A song that is produced out of relationship, out of love. It's different from when it's just business. Just do them, I will pay you. Do you understand? So I remember in the studio session, some of the studio sessions I had, my producer was also singing along. His voice was on backup, because he sings well too. He sang with me. He'll be like, Baba, no, remove that word. Why don't you go deeper? Look for another deeper word. I was like, okay, I'll do that. So he gives me ideas, and when we get there, session is supposed to be like 4 hours usually, but sometimes we end up using the whole day to make one song, because there's this connection. So right now, I prefer both. Now, why I prefer, I love studio recording is it stays with you. You get to listen to the magic we've made. We've done a lot of things we can't do on stage, sounds we can afford to bring on stage. But then on stage, we give you an experience.
Why can't you bring in such experience on stage?
At this moment, sometimes we cannot afford a violinist, a violin person.
Which you can just press in the studio.
We can make a violin in the studio. Sometimes it's just me and my guitar, and we can make some drums. We cook some drums, through the digital equipment we have, you understand. But then on stage, you have to bring talking drum. We can make talking drum in the studio. Now we can make conga. Onyibo is wicked.
Okay, so this will be my last question, because a lot of people don't know how much hard work it is to write a song and to do it. So when you hear it, you just think, oh, song, but you don't know how much hard work the person has put in. So I want you to talk about the hard work that goes into writing a song, producing a song.
It's a very big work. Now, I don't spend much time writing songs. I could write songs.
It comes to you naturally.
It comes to me naturally, but what I spend time doing is to live the experience of what I'm supposed to write. Because when I'm supposed to write for film, you send a script. I have to read everything, scene for scene. you know, live in the experience of the story, right? I mean, the story, the person that created the story, or the producer, or whatever the producer wants. Now, if I'm writing songs for ads, for adverts, they send scripts still. I have to know the specs of whatever I'm trying to put out there. So that is where the work is, understanding the reason why you are writing. Even when it's my song, when I have a direction, I don't just rush the lyrics. So I could spend days living that direction. You know, if I want to write about the sea, sometimes I have to just travel by sea. Do you understand?
As in
yes,
physical traveling.
Yes, the first time I had this boat cruise, now it brought a song to me, but I had to, you know, reminisce over the experience over and over again, and to see what I felt at that moment. So when I was writing that song, I was writing it with great feelings. Every song must have feeling, and song is just words. There's no feeling. There are words that you just say shabbily. I can't sing those songs here, but I know them. You know, you just sing them, but there's no feeling at that. I want an experience. When I'm writing, I want people to, okay, this word is intentional. This word is intentional. And that's why I write. I write to give people, to invoke a feeling, to stir up something in people. To
Music is spiritual.
It's spiritual. Not just, no. You might play my song anywhere, but my song, if you play it in the club, it will give you that feeling. Okay. you might just stop dancing.
You go and play Orimi, Ejika, Oruku in the club.
Let them play, they understand. They understand the beauty of life.
All right.
Of course, the producer sent a message now that we're talking too much. So give us some good music.
Okay, let me give you this. Okay, this song, I will just sing it. I didn't want to sing it before, but I'll sing it. So I sang the song on Saturday.
Okay.
One of the songs that dealt with fear. See, I know they fear, cause you dey my side. I know they panic, cause you dey my back. I know they fear, cause you dey my side. I know they panic, cause you dey my back. I know they fear. I know they panic, cause you dey my Baba, you dey my side. Jesus, you dey my back. When I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I know they fear, cause you dey right here. Eru ko ba mi lai 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 lai. Eru ko ba mi oh 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 oh. I know they panic cause you dey my back. Me I know they fear. LTV no they fear.
No they fear.
Say we know they panic. Lagos we know they shake.
Hey.
I say God did it for us. We go come out of this wahala. I don't know which wahala anybody dey face, but don't panic, don't fear,
it's
don't
real.
panic, don't fear, don't panic, don't fear. One day fearful go be like water again. Everything go come down. Sister, no dey shake. Say now when you want to
get better.
And money dey disturb you, it go get better. If na food, my brother God he go provide. She said, "Lohun wa o, Ọlọ́run ti ṣe o. Ṣayọ̀ lohun wa, Ọlọ́run ti ṣe."
Oh wow, you can go on and on and on. I love music, so it's like you shouldn't
because
stop.
you're a singer yourself.
Yeah.
You're a singer-songwriter too.
And they were asking me, yeah, I write songs too. And my producers were asking me to sing.
Beautiful.
So why did you sing?
I don't know what to sing.
You don't know what to sing?
I don't know. But thank you so much, Akinwande Brand, for joining us on the conversation.
Thank you for
it was a
having me.
beautiful experience, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. You know, and one thing that he said, keep the hope alive, you know, regardless of whatever you're going through. No fear. God do your side.
One day fuel go be like water.
Go be like
Go be
water.
like water. You don't dey white now.
Yeah,
If you notice, you don't dey white.
Yes,
You don't dey white. You don't dey near water.
Okay. All right. Wow. this conversation has come to an end. Thank you so much, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you.
But you have to sign us out with another song. I like that fish something that you started with.
Okay. If you marry a Lagos girl, make you give her fish shop. Okay.
Every Friday, la Lenny. Eva. As I'm a Akinwande, because of mama, if you marry Lagos man, make you give am fishy top. If you no give am fishy top, she go run away. If you marry Lagos man, give am fishy top. If you no give am fishy top, she go run away. Oh yeah. Ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn LTV tó pè mí wá síbí lé mi kí wọ́n kọrin kí wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ mi. Ó yá. Àní bí mo ṣe dé LTV memory ó flood bí sí. Ó rántí year 2014 tí mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé. Ẹ bá mi kí àwọn tèmi tó gbà mí tọwọ́ tẹsẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi kí àwọn tèmi wọ́n nice wọ́n beautiful. Akinwande singer songwriter. Gbogbo
singer songwriter.
If you marry Lagos woman, make you give a fish job. If you no give a fish job, she go run away. We know they run away.
Yes. Yes, the conversation continues after this short break.
Beauty